Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Cloak and Stagger. I am your dungeon master, Moose, and we are joined as always by our great adventurers here below me. Thank you all for joining us again, and we appreciate you all for being here. We hope you all had a good holiday. I know we did. I mean, we've had a session since then, but you know, sometimes you need a few days to reset and recover from all the turkey and or whatever you eat for Thanksgiving.
You're frozen on stream.
I'm frozen. Oh, Let me fix that. I think they can hear me, but
yeah, they can. You have a really good meme face going right now.
Hey, meme it up while you can, because I'm about to fix it.
Grab it.
Let's see here. My camera. Bye-bye. I do. I look so happy. Look at me.
You do. That's hilarious.
Okay, there we go. Hey! All right. So, now that my whole spiel has been thrown completely off and I don't remember where I was, we appreciate y'all for being here. Also want to thank everybody that showed up for our charity stream for St. Jude. We were able to raise over, I believe, over $350 for St. Jude. So
wow.
Thank you all very much for that, and I'm sure we will be doing more of that in the future. In the meantime, I think that's all I've got. I think that's it. It's a new month. It's December, so we got that. That's different from last time we played. So I guess let's just go down the list and see. We'll do our regular thing, see how everybody's feeling. Sucinda, how's Sucinda feeling right now? If I were to ask Sucinda directly, what would Sucinda say to me?
Oh, Sucinda or Kira?
Sucinda.
Can I share what Kira's feeling just really quick? The dogs. Obi's trying to be sweet to Lady, but Lady's not having of it. He was trying to clean her inner ear, and she is not pleased with him.
She's not having it.
No, and Obi just heard me say his name, so we're gonna pretend like everything's fine.
I see that tail.
But
It's like a
Sucinda
Jaws
is
fan.
feeling she's ready to be to the next town and maybe go shopping, because this journey has been rather shit. And I really didn't like the last fight, but you know, it is what it is. So.
Okay. Aramil, how's Aramil feeling? If I were to walk up to the street and see you, and we were old buds, and I asked you how you were feeling, what would Aramil say?
Aramil is ready to be back in civilization. Have a nice wine, a toasty fire. Get over that terrible fight with those ugly hyena people. They were the worst. Get over that. That's what I wanted.
Okay. Sandy, Mr. Ravage, how are you doing?
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm ready to get to town and get me a nice cold ale. And there ain't gonna be any more of these hyena wolf men to stop me. I'm making it straight to town. I'm gonna have the biggest ale I can have, and I'm probably only gonna pay for half of it.
Optimistic. And last, but certainly not least, Mr. Will Zeus Snapplegap, how are you feeling?
Well, pretty excited. We're going somewhere that has a magical user akin to myself, maybe even a little bit better, maybe a little worse, that's not important, but he exists. We're going to go find him. I'm going to ask him some questions, some personal ones and some business related.
Okay. Well, that brings us to Mr. Percy Blue 32. Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Let's switch over here to the game screen. All right. So, before we begin, who would like to give us just a quick 60-second or less recap of what happened last week on D&D?
I could give it a shot.
All right, Wilzu, let's hear it. What happened last week?
So, I believe early on we acquired some gems as a reward for those dwarves. We brought their cart back, they got their medal and whatnot, so we got gems. We had a huge list of things we needed because we fucked up on our first outing. And acquired the proper items to survive a little bit better next time. that took a few of our gems, but a few of us have their money still. Me specifically. We found out that I believe her name was Elizabeth and Belron were murdered. Icicles. Again, room full of frost. Also room full of goods from a, I forget her name, but some traveling sales dwarf woman. She had a golden wolf paw on a lot of the crates and whatnot. So that's interesting. I think she went north, if I'm not mistaken. Not where we're going. We got a writ of passage from the sheriff. Apparently, he gets a lot of complaints all the time. So seeing us and having to lie to get to him is kind of normal, apparently. But that's not important. We left, and we got jumped by, I believe everyone's already mentioned, hyenas. That was a lot of fun. It hurt me a lot, specifically. We had a tough time with them. They were extremely strong, probably champion hyenas, probably the leaders of 8 different hyena tribes, all working together to fight against us. But we took them down and proceeded on. And Easthaven is right over the ridge, and it looks like a very large fishing town, if I'm not mistaken. So perhaps maybe we'll catch some fish while we're there?
Perhaps.
Some trout?
Maybe we'll see.
Everyone here is gung-ho about catching trout, they're just not saying it.
Yes.
We're going
just
fishing!
We're just really scaled back in our excitement.
So,
And that's where we're at.
that was a great recap. Thank you, sir. You have inspiration for tonight. You don't use it, you lose it. So, yes, you all have finished traveling across the Eastway from Bryn Shander now to what you believe to be Easthaven. It's taken you a little over 7 hours to get where you are. It's currently 8:15 at night, and the aurora in the sky is just as bright as ever, shedding a dim light across the entire tundra, the entire pathway. Now, this particular evening, it seems as though after the last couple hours of your travel, that the sky definitely cleared up. There's hardly a cloud there, so you can see the stars. You can see the moon. You can see very clearly the aurora, and just for a brief moment, you almost forget how dangerous this place can actually be. But looking ahead, you see the flickering of lights in the distance, probably another 15-minute walk away, as you look forward to see a fairly large village, and to your left, almost looking, because you're heading east. So if you're looking northeast from where you are, you can see just a huge lake that just spans as far as you could possibly see. And sticking out into the lake there, you see multiple docks, just almost kind of frozen in place, as it looks like, at least as far as you can see, this lake has just been frozen over. But looking ahead, you see some lightly guarded gates. What would everybody like to do?
Before we go in, darling, I have to step away just for a second. A wild creature has decided it needs to go outside at a very poor time.
I think this exact thing happened last week too, didn't it?
It's probably Obi, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I'll be right back.
Okay. So everybody else, what do you do? Sucinda's just on board for whatever.
It's very suspicious. She always just walks away. What do you think she does?
I don't know, girl stuff? It's gotta be girl stuff, right?
Yes, must. I didn't think of that.
Either way, there's not a lot of guards over at that gate. Should I just give him the old silver tongue? Give him the hi ho, and we're good to go. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Maybe ask for lodging.
Yeah,
That's a
and
good
it's
idea,
about 8:15 at night right now.
What do you think,
Get some-
Sandy? Same
Get
thing?
some-
Anywhere I can get an ale, I'll be happy.
a bed and ale. A dinner and cottage.
But I've got your back, Wilzu. If anyone gives you trouble, I'll just crush their skull.
I have your back too.
I appreciate that.
Just over here, not like it's figurative, like arrow,
You hear
I
Sucinda say.
understand.
You hear Sucinda say, "Well, darling, I guess I have your back. If you need healing, I guess I could."
Okay. I probably will, just like multiple times before, but not right now. It's just guards, right? Guards are normally pretty cool. So let's go say hey. I'm gonna start. We're just walking up to them.
just casually.
Okay. So, like I said, you were probably about 15 minutes out, but you could kind of see the silhouettes of these people standing around. And as you get closer to the edge of the town, this gate isn't so much of a gate like you saw in Bryn Shander. It's actually just more of kind of just a light perimeter that's been put around. It would not be very hard to just kind of hop over it if you wanted to. There are no high walls here, but there is kind of like a gate, like a guard house on the western edge of town as you approach. And I'll switch us over here to the city map here, because as you're coming down, you would have gotten at least a general look at the town. So as you approach the edge of town, one of the guards takes a step forward and looks at you, Wilzu, leading the group up, and says, "Who goes there? State your name and business."
I'll raise my hand up immediately, kind of in a peaceful waving gesture, and announce, "Greetings! I am Wilzu of West, and these are my compatriots. We are here on official business from Brynshire. Is it Brynshire?
Bryn Shander.
Brynshire. So, yes, we're here for some business."
So you're not here to see the execution?
No. We're here, actually, we're kind of here for an investigation more than anything.
Like
but
mid, like while you're talking, he turns to his left. "See, he's talking to the other guard. This is what I'm talking about. Every time something cool's happening in town, we get stuffed out here to the edge on guard duty to let whoever wants to come in and out, come in and out. So if you want to go in, by all means, just go on in, and we'll be here, not at the execution."
I message Wilzu. You should ask him when the execution is.
This execution. When is that happening, actually?
And he kind of looks at the sky. Should be any minute now.
Ah, I see. In that case, could you direct us to the nearest lodge? We were hoping to get a room for the night. And we're freezing cold. We'd like to do it quickly. No offense.
Well, you've got the White Lady Inn. That's going to be really the only place you're gonna find a bed here. And then if you're looking for a drink, there's the Wet Trout up on the northeastern side of town.
Cool,
White Lady,
cool.
If you follow this main road, take your first left at the larger main road, then just follow the shoreline around. It's just across from the fourth dock.
Right, and that execution, just out of curiosity, where's that being held?
Huh. So you weren't here for it. Okay. Well, I guess I don't feel that bad. They're having it right in front of Town Hall. From what I hear, they got him strapped up to a pyre ready to burn.
I see. All right, well, we're gonna make for that White Lady Lodge, I think you said?
The White Lady Inn.
White Lady Inn, yes. And we appreciate your information. Yes. Thank you very much. Come on, everyone, let's go. And I'll start hastily walking past them.
As you pass through, he says, "Have a good evening."
Once we're just a short distance away from them, I want to slow down and tug on Aramil's pant leg, like, hard.
Well, yes.
We need to get that goddamn execution now. That might be our guy.
Yes, the guards did say that the execution's going to happen any minute, so we are on a very tight timetable.
Yes, Town Hall. Are you good with cities and whatnot? Can you traverse them well?
This is our first day where it is.
Well, I know, but you have a bow. I thought you were one of those, like city sleuthers.
Are you trying to like whisper this?
Yes.
Okay.
Just because I have a bow doesn't mean I know city layouts.
Damn it. Okay, let's just
I'd
stick
like
on the main
to
road.
look around. Can I see anyone who lives here? Is there anyone just out and about?
There's a few people walking the streets. Yeah, most of
I
them
walk up
are
to
all
one
just
of
kind
them.
of bundled up. You can't really see their faces.
I walk up to one.
Okay. They
Excuse
seem
me.
to, until you flag them down, they just seem to keep walking.
Yeah, I'm flagging him. Excuse me,
Okay.
excuse me,
Kinda
darling.
stops
Excuse me.
and They're kind of, their mouths are, what do you want?
Yes, could you please direct me to the town hall? I have some business there.
Town hall,
Yeah.
where they're doing the execution.
Yes, exactly.
And they're like, kind of like huddled up like this. They turn around behind, because they were kind of walking towards you. They turn around and point behind them. Stay on the main road. It's about, I don't know, 1,000 feet that way.
Okay, perfect. Have a great day. Goodbye. Will do. 1,000 feet this way. Let's go.
Kind of walk
Now
off.
we'll start following that road hastily.
Okay.
But what do we really have to lose if this guy dies? We don't know him. I say walking.
We need to find out if it is him first.
Well, that is true. Would be a little suspicious if we're like, hey, who's that guy? Is he a friend of ours? Is he a friend of ours?
Don't worry. If it comes to it, I have some magics that may throw things off. Hopefully I won't have to do that.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Let's just see what's going on. You know what I mean? And I start walking in faster.
Okay. So you trudge along with your snowshoes, I'm assuming?
Yes, we have not taken them off.
Okay,
No.
so you're kind of trudging along in your snowshoes, just following the main road all the way down and to where the main road kind of takes a shift to the left. And as you get closer, you start to hear just over the sound of the wind blowing through the murmurs of a large crowd in the distance. And it seems to be getting kind of louder and louder the closer you get. And you go a little further and the road takes another turn kind of to the right. And you see this crowd just gathered around this. It's kind of hard to see from where you are now, but gathered around something. When you're probably about 300 feet away or so, you see flames just erupt around this pyre, and you hear people start to kind of clap and cheer. And as you get closer, you see a body burning at the stake. You hear someone speak out sort of loudly above everyone, and you hear them say, Dazan, despite his efforts to disguise himself, was recognized and arrested for the crimes he has inflicted upon the Dale folk. And looking at him, you can see he's mostly on fire at this point and engulfed, and occasionally a break in the flame. You still see his eyes open, but he is not screaming, he's not moving, nothing. But he is securely bound and gagged to this stake. As the flames rise and they're kind of fanned by the wind, the fire catches very quickly. And even still with all this, Dazan does not seem to struggle or scream as he's engulfed by these flames. And the bundled up spectators around seem to move closer to the human bonfire, just sort of eager to feel the warmth of it.
Can I,
Well,
firstly, I'll pause and say, well, shit.
quite.
can I look at the burning man and kind of I don't know what kind of check I want to do here. I want to see if somehow the flames are truly not hurting him. If he has some sort of like, I don't know, maybe that's not a person, maybe that's someone who's immune to fire, maybe or try to designate like why a normal human would be screaming in pain. I want to see if maybe I can notice anything as to why that's not the case here.
Okay. You would have to probably push up pretty close to it if you were wanting to check anything like that.
Oh, I'm totally
I
down
have
for
an
that.
idea. Why doesn't our friend here, Aramil, message him? Hello, are you okay? Do you need help there? Why aren't you screaming?
Do you need help as he's on fire?
Precisely.
Well,
I guess
I can.
Friend or foe?
Right.
Maybe we should just be careful on our magical abilities. They don't seem to take too kindly to that. And then I'll kind of like casually like send a message.
Okay. What are you saying?
Hey, Danica sent us.
You hear nothing. You hear nothing in response.
To the burning
Well,
man.
he's very quiet.
Okay, let's just get a closer look. You guys can try to move in with, but I'm gonna try to squeeze through some crowd. Which I don't think I'll have a problem with that since I'm so small.
No. At
I'm not
Burning
sure.
Man, it's nothing but influencers. You should be easy to move them.
I would like to walk up extra close as well, and when I'm close enough to, say, make out his face, even though there's flames there, let me know.
Okay. So it takes about a minute or so. Willzu, a little bit less for you to kind of squeeze through. A lot of the people who were not just really, really close to the fire seem to be dispersing and making their way back to whatever it was they were doing before. But Willzu, you managed to get up there first. What would you like to do as you approach this burning man?
I want to stare directly into his eyes. I'm looking for signs of life or movement or anything.
Okay. The fire is pretty hot and pretty raging. Make a perception check for me. Okay. So, as this fire has just engulfed this man, you notice the robes are starting to they're burning and sort of pieces are fluttering away in the wind, and you catch just a quick glimpse of his face just through a piece of the fire. That wind just sort of moves out of the way, and you can see that his face has been completely melted down to the bone, just about.
Oh, okay. I just tilt my head at the body and just
And
kind
about
of
that
watch
time-
it for a bit.
Yeah, Susendum, you make your way up behind Willzu.
I was just gonna try and use my thaumaturgy to, if I couldn't see his face, to try and like dim the flame some so I could see it, to make sure, to see if like, is this actually Dazan or is it someone else?
Sure. Make a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, not great.
So you cast your thaumaturgy and manage to just ever so slightly move the flames away from this burning husk, and you see the same thing, that all of the flesh has just been completely burned off of his body, almost down to the bone in most parts. You recognize, well, you would assume, that a wizard or something like that. You do catch notice of the hat, and that hat looks very familiar, along the lines of something that some sort of wizard would wear. But
On
facial features are all gone at this point.
Kind of hanging back towards the outside of the crowd. I kind of want to look around on the outskirts to see if anybody's just kind of alone but studying this, or sitting there like contemplating, or who has the same reaction we do essentially?
Make a perception check. All the perception checks popping off tonight, boys.
With advantage, right?
No, not with advantage.
All of us rolled a 12.
It's true. At some
How
point,
is that
yeah.
even possible?
Magic.
Numbers. So I'll say this: you don't notice anyone standing there looking the same way at this as you, but you do see kind of a larger half-elf man that's sort of bedecked in this kind of tailored coat and a fur hat, kind of making his way through the crowd and just seems to be kind of guiding people away at the moment.
I shoot a message to shit. I shoot one first to Wilzu. Hey, see that half elf with the coat and hat? And then I'll repeat the same thing to Sen.
What of him?
And he looks like,
this-
like minus the coat and hat and everything, he looks like this here. Wait, I need to, wait. Did y'all see that or no?
No.
There we go.
Oh, he's so handsome.
Well, he's handsome, and two, he's not watching the fire like everybody else is. I say to both. Should- we can follow. Say to both.
Sure. It's either that or go to the inn, and if anything seems suspicious, I suppose we should be following that right now. So, let's keep an eye on him.
Okay,
I'll, like,
so we're just kind of
nudge.
watching this gentleman.
I nudge Randy.
Subtly.
I assume we're just in the back, and like I'll point him out, like just like
And people are sort of weaving their way around you, heading back out into town. You hear them talking really not too much about the actual man burning alive, but so much as you hear the occasional person talking about, I can't believe how he just would murder adventurers like that. And things like, man, I'm pretty thirsty after that. I'm gonna head over here and get something to drink. And a couple other people are like, yeah, me too. So just a lot of
Wait, I wanna say
general banter. Go ahead, Wellesley.
When I hear the one person saying, "I can't believe he killed adventurers like that," I'm gonna assume Sen. Are you right next to me right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of lean over to Sen and just say loudly, "Boy, I'm sure glad they got him. Since we're adventurers just arriving here, it feels much safer already."
Darling, who murdered the adventurers? What happened? Why would
This
somebody
guy.
do such a thing?
Unbelievable.
You saying that catches the eye of the gentleman who seemed to be guiding everybody out. And he looks over at the group of you and he sort of looks you up and down for a moment and helps guide a few other people out. And you see him walk over towards the fire and say something to the guards that have been tending the fire over there. And he looks up at Dazan on the pyre for a moment. And then he looks back over at you. And he walks over straight to you, Wilzu, kind of pushing his way past a few people. And he comes and he looks down at you, Wilzu, up at you, Sandy, and then across at you, Aramil and Sucinda. And seems to be kind of taking his measure of you.
Is he
And
just standing
after-
right next to us?
Yeah, and after a few moments he says, "Greetings. What brings you here to our fine town?"
I'll turn and face him, and I'll kind of give him a wave. Oh, hello there. I'm Wilzu of the traveling adventure group Wes, and I'll reference everyone around? Because I assume we're all standing together, right? Sandy, you're up here with me, and Aaron.
When I saw him come up to you, I'd like to start like kind of moving my way through the crowd up to you.
Yeah.
Seeing a strange figure come up to my compadres, I'd like to let the strange figure know that they have a Goliath behind them.
I'm gonna try and follow the half elf as best as we can, just visually.
You go ahead, Wilson.
Oh, I was gonna follow up by saying to him, "We're actually here for a friend. She said she had I don't know if she called him a wizard or a magic user that was a friend here, but also heard a rumor that there was an evil wizard here. And lo and behold, and I just point up to the burning man, they could be one and the same. So it looks like we may have been a tad late."
Indeed, you were.
Right? And I turn while I'm looking up at the body, I just dart my eyes over towards him, but I'm not moving my head.
He says, "Indeed, he was found guilty of murdering some adventurers and the people that those adventurers had associated with, seemingly trying to cover up something. We don't know what, but we found him sneaking back into the town. Luckily, one of my guards recognized his mannerisms. And though he didn't look like him, he sounded and acted just like him. We took him into custody, and shortly after, he assumed his true form." And he looks up at the burning corpse on the pyre. "And so we burned him. Not necessarily as... well, I guess you could say it was punishment, but more, though, to send a message to anyone else who would commit murder in our town."
And he didn't fight back at all?
Not at first, no. Not until he knew that we knew, but even a powerful wizard is no match for 40, 30 town guard.
I want to do an insight check on this guy and see if he's withholding some stuff in this story.
Sure.
Or even if the story is true itself.
Sure.
Let's see. Oh, I'm not that good at this.
10? Okay.
Maybe good enough, maybe.
Yeah, so looking him up and down, he seems to be pretty sincere in what he's saying. He says, I apologize for not introducing myself. I am Captain Arlagath. I am the captain of the town militia here in Easthaven."
What was his name again?
Captain Arlagath. That's Arlaggath. He says, "I work directly with the speaker of the town and try to help keep everybody safe, as well as alive."
I guess you'd be the best person to ask then, over anyone else, right? About maybe more magic users in this town? Surely this wasn't the only one then, right?
He was the only one that I'm aware of.
Damn it.
And if you speak truly, and you are known to be associated with some friend of his, I would be very cautious. No fewer than 7 people have been killed at his hand. Be it directly or indirectly.
Well,
And
there
on
was a
top of
problem.
that, we've found a man with a dagger of ice through his heart a few days ago.
Oh,
That story has since spread through the towns, I'm sure.
There's been a lot of those, it seems.
What do you mean a lot? I only knew of this one here and the one in Targos, I believe.
If I'm not mistaken, Bryn Shander had like 3 cases of that. Sen, was it 3?
I hold my hand up,
I
like,
do.
Oh, 4. Aaron says 4.
4.
4 more.
1, 2, 3. Who was the
At-
4th?
At least. At least. There may have been more.
Well, there was
I'll
that woman's father, and then and I'll just start counting.
I
All
only remember
stabbed.
3.
All stabbed through the heart.
Icicles. Some of the rooms actually coated with sleet and frost as well, where it happened.
Disturbing indeed, although it has been quiet here the past few days. Well, with the exception of this.
May I ask? You might call us detectives of some sort, if you will. Or rather with the behavioral analysis unit. May I ask what exactly did the person do to be stabbed in the chest? I assume they were stabbed in the heart?
Indeed, yes, they were stabbed in the heart. What they had done, I do not know.
Were they supposed to be sacrificed and they escaped?
We sacrificed the correct person.
You're
Person
sure?
who... Positive. The person's
Oh,
name
okay.
was on the sheet. That's who was sacrificed.
Well, not to... You know, we're not one to upset the balance of things and whatnot, but just so you're clear, and not to talk shit on other towns, but Bryn Shander kind of had an incident where they sacrificed the person on their sheet, but turns out some people real close to that sheet had been forging documents. So, wrong person sacrificed, truly.
Forging documents.
All Bryn
Forging
Shander's
the
stuff,
lottery.
Yes, not saying your town is guilty of such. Just, you know, just cover all them bases. Know what I'm saying?
We're just putting it out there, darling, that, that's why, the people who we just left, they were stabbed in the chest for cheating the lottery, so, I'm just saying.
It was 3, I'm sorry.
Oh, it was 3, okay.
He sort of
Three.
has a moment of... You see him kind of go into deep thought, and then he
These
sort of
strangers
looks
drop
Yeah.
looks
It's a
down,
bunch of shit.
and then he looks back down to you, Wilzu. So, what are you, a group of detectives? Adventurers?
We are a newly formed group of adventurers looking to make a name for ourselves. You may call us WAS.
Name is pending.
And he looks over to you, Sandy, and up at you, and says, and you have a Goliath compatriot. You don't see that very often.
He's the monster.
Sometimes they need me to crush.
Well, perhaps this is fortunate that you're here. There is some things that I could use some assistance with, perhaps, of adventurers maybe of your caliber.
Yes.
Well, we're freed up now, it looks like. I just look back at the fire again.
So you came here to speak with Dazan.
We were here to determine whether or not this evil wizard and this lady's wizard pal were one and the same, which, from what you're telling me, if there's no more magic users, that's the case. So, this mystery is unfortunately solved without our involvement, meaning...
That's 2 things off the list.
2 things off the list and no reward. And when I say reward, I kind of like tilt my head. I'm a little bit like...
He looks down and then puts his hand to his chin and says, well, we could use your help. I know that Bryn Shander may have more luxuries and things of that nature to offer as rewards. We are not quite as well off, as our lake has shut down. For the most part, our ferry is frozen in the lake, right in its place, so there is no transport by water between here or Caer Cornig or Caer Dinaval.
Is this lake
and
shut down?
Well, the lake is big enough. If you walk out quite far enough, you will eventually find water. Which brings me to perhaps my favor. You see, I've received multiple reports from families, 4 to be precise, that there were 4 fisherman who went missing on Loch Dinishire about 10 days ago. The coastline is hard to sail along because of the ice flows, but savvy anglers prefer it. There's less competition out there than the other lake towns. I would greatly appreciate someone to scout the coastline and perhaps search for them.
Well, that sounds right up our alley. What do you guys think? Work right for this guy? Seems all right.
My name is Aramil. How long ago did you say they were lost?
About 10 days ago.
And there were 4, correct?
There were 4. And as I said, I don't have much to offer in terms of reward, but I was able to confiscate a couple of things off of our very warm friend here that I would be willing to trade one of them to you in exchange for this service.
What things are we talking about here?
Well, he had some strange gray featureless bag on his side that seems empty, but when we reach in, it feels like there's something fuzzy in there. To be quite honest, we're afraid to really pull it out and see what it is. The other being some sort of spell scroll.
Oh. So, bag with fuzzy and spell scroll is what you're offering?
One of the two. We must keep at least some things in order to offer as a reward for other adventurers, for other items in case, well, let's be honest, you don't make it.
Right. Let's say we do a little haggling then. How about this? So, you know outside the town it sucks, right? Violence and death and creatures and whatnot. You agree?
I do.
So we have fought goblins and what look damn near like mobile trebuchets driving around. We have fought hyena packs that evolved to survive out there. Those are really nasty. Don't like
Hyenas.
those.
The gnolls.
Hyena men. Yeah, hyena men. Those.
They've-
They're the worst.
Wait,
darling.
where were you when
Couple
you were
hours out.
attacked?
On the damn road here. They're brave enough to stage ambushes on the actual trail leading here from Bridgehander to here.
About 2 hours away.
They must be truly getting desperate. But, sorry, continue.
So that being the case, violence is likely to be in our destinies if we do this for you. Very dangerous stuff. So, tell you what. The spell scroll sounds useful. The bag sounds unknown. You give us the spell scroll, we figure out the bag for you, and if its contents are worth your while, we may have that as well. Or if it's extremely useful, you keep it. However, you have knowledge of what it is and what to do with it. And so do we at that point, I suppose.
Do you know what spell it
You
is?
see kind of a furrowed brow appear on his head and he says, I am always one for a good deal, but you have to understand I've met you all of 2 minutes ago. I don't even know that you're who you say you are, especially with things like this happening. You seem to be wearing some sort of magical garment as well underneath that coat. He says, my offer stands, but I will make a caveat. If you can bring either something possibly of equal value back to trade for it, or you can bring back, well, the missing people or their bodies so that their families can have peace, I will give you both items.
Okay, that sounds reasonable, right?
Do you know
Retrieval.
what kind of spell it is?
Unfortunately, I do not read these runes.
If you want it, I can tell you that too, actually, right now. Unless you want to keep your secrets, wizard.
I will
That
hold
was a
this.
mean
I will hold this close to my chest, as I do not carry it on me. I have it stored safely at the town hall.
Understood.
Captain.
And you look at the town hall, and it's actually quite a bit bigger, actually, than the town hall in Bryn Shander, and it looks like it's about 3 stories tall.
Okay.
And he says, although we are not the same size town as Bryn Shander, we have stood for just as long. I'm willing to barter with you just to honor where this town was built upon, and that is, well, of thievery. This town of Easthaven was founded by a group of thieves centuries
Thieves, you
ago.
say?
And he says, and I would advise
Sorry.
you to watch your wallets and your purses, because to honor our tradition, pickpocketing is legal here.
The fuck?
I start looking around.
And there are many of whom who are quite adept at it.
But if you get caught, you're like, it's like off with his hand, right? It's like good if you don't get caught.
There is no punishment.
Ah,
Do I
well,
have all my?
No punishment, you say?
I check my pockets.
You are missing 3 gold.
Fuck.
I checked my pockets.
Ooh. There.
Let me see here.
Jonathan, I'm
Don't
gonna
call me
text
Jonathan. I'm DM.
Wow.
That's
I'm texting
DM to
you.
you.
Wow.
you. No, this is important.
it's very oddly timed mentioning gold
Yeah.
theft.
Jonathan,
Send.
check your phone. DM, check your phone.
Hello, Hudson. What's up,
I'll take a look. But let me see here. Possibly, yes.
Okay.
But if you're checking your purse, you're missing 10 gold.
Fuck. Well then.
Anybody
Boys,
else
we're gonna be
checking, or we
rich.
just want to leave it a surprise?
I'm gonna leave mine a surprise.
Okay.
I'll leave mine a surprise, yeah.
Okay. He says, it's one of the only ways that we honor the old ways.
Okay, well that's all right. I guess we're gonna get some sleep for the night and then head out in the morning.
Yes, sleep and nothing but sleep. I do that.
Very good. He says, the best place to find rest for the night would be the White Lady. And I'll pull up the map here. Oh wait, wrong one. He says, he actually gives you pretty specific directions. He's basically tells you, and here I'll go ahead and mark where you are on the map. So you are right where that town hall arrow is pointing. And he basically leads you verbally to where the White Lady Inn is, which is right here.
What about pickpocketing guards? I assume that's a no, right?
If you can get away with it, then it's fair game. But be warned that people are allowed to defend themselves.
Oh, yes, of course.
All right, well, I guess we appreciate the information and we won't let you down. We'll bring something back, and hopefully it's living fishermen surviving out there for a third of a month.
He says, well, if anything, I know that the longer they're out there, the lower a chance it is they come back alive, but I would at the very least like to give their families closure.
This might be reaching a little bit, but would you have like a small sled or something we could borrow to bring them back on if, worst comes to worst?
I don't have a sled, but I can offer you a pair of boats.
What? Boats?
They're fishermen. They took their boat out past the ice onto the water. That is probably the best place to start looking for them.
Okay, cool.
They don't
you
fish
just point to
too
the dock where they're gonna be.
They don't fish too far off of the main of the coast, but if their boat has been out there for days, it could be floating out in the water.
Gotcha.
He says, I will have the boats waiting for you tomorrow, tied to the same dock that the Easthaven ferry is bound to. And he says, it's right across. It's the large dock right across from the White Lady.
I see. Okay. Unless anyone has anything else, I do have one final question then. So pickpocketing, good. Breaking and entering, bad, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Breaking
I
and
just didn't know
entering,
how...
very bad.
I didn't know how much I needed to lock my room at the inn, or if like someone can sneak in there and take something, and none of that. So if I don't have to worry about that, excellent.
It is only pulling from one's purse or pocket.
I want
Right.
to just casually kind of throw something out in Thieves' Camp, just to kind of see, is this like underground ring or something? What? So I guess what I'm asking is there good trade here? But
Oh, gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. But what I actually will say is, sir, is there a good place to find 2 hens and a cabbage patch?
He sort of looks at you and says, unfortunately my code is a bit rusty. I apologize.
I'm just kind of...
Now, if you need me, I will be at the town hall.
All right, sounds good. We appreciate the information again, and hopefully we won't let you down, guarantee.
He nods and says, as do I. And he turns and walks away, and he goes and stands next to the guards, and is just sort of watching the body burn as the flames still just continue to whip up. And there's still a group of people sort of crowded around warming themselves. And Aramil, make a perception check with advantage for me.
Got it. Fuck.
Yeah, you just notice everybody just kind of standing around looking at the fire and warming themselves.
If I could have been here 2 months ago, I'd have made a killing. You know, Wilzu, I think I'm done with the adventuring.
What? No,
This place-
Animal, we need you.
This place sounds like a lot of fun. No. I kid, Wilzu. I kid. But we should make this our home base.
I had a big speech lined up on why you should stick with us, but that works.
Well, I'm flattered that you have one prepared. Yeah, we should buy a house. Or you know what? No. Yes.
We'll think about that, but more than anything, let's secure our rooms for the night, and then I suppose some of you, and I'll just kind of glance at Sandy and Sen, but stop on Aramil, may want to go out to do some shopping. So,
Yeah.
let's just get the rooms first.
These are good shopping hours. Look at look at my Fitbit.
I'll go into the White Lady.
Okay, so you're heading
Yes.
down to the White Lady. So as you head down that way,
I'd like to-
you go ahead.
While we're headed there, I'd like to try to avoid anyone that's trying to walk close to me, and that anyone that bumps into me, I grab and shake them down.
Yes.
You don't seem. It looks like most people are taking a wide berth around you. But you do notice between here and the White Lady, as it takes you about 10 minutes to get there. You would guess that it's probably about 9:15 in the evening.
Animal.
Huh?
Sandy, I need a favor real quick. Stand in front of me just for a moment. Faces towards the other way, please.
I don't mean to cut off God, but what are we doing?
Really quickly, it's an emergency. Quick. Sorry, Moose.
Like-
This
You're
needs to
fine.
happen ASAP. Just stand in front of me, dang!
Okay, I'll go.
I'd like to grab my coins and stuff them in between my boobs. I don't want anyone else stealing any more of my money. I can't let you talk any more, Moose, and let anyone else steal my money. So I'm stuffing my coins in between my chest. No one else is stealing my money.
You don't have to worry about that. Now that we know it's open season. Oh well.
Sorry, Moose.
Sucinda, you think back to the person you asked for directions, and now that you think back, they did bump into you as you passed by them.
I would like to really remember their face.
There was no face. It was completely covered with scarf
Okay,
and
cool.
goggles.
Everyone's fair game. Cool.
But one thing you do notice now that you're looking around at these houses and being sort of hyper aware of your surroundings is multiple signs around that are either mostly just carved in wood that say things. The most common one you see says, "Watch thy pouch."
I'm gonna start looking around for kind of in Skyrim where they had the thieves codes like on houses and doors. I kind of want to look around for that on different places. Like, is this
Okay.
a fence? Is this a safe house?
Sure. Okay.
Like since this seems like
Make a perception check with advantage again for
you
me.
got it.
We
This one's
found
gonna
Chris.
work. Yes, it did not.
There it goes. Okay, 10 or 23. Yeah. Okay, very good. I will let you know if you come across anything. I'll use that as kind of a persistent perception check for you for that specific thing.
Cool. Thank you.
So you make your way through the town, and you find yourself in front of this sort of old, musty inn that has a sign out front that says the White Lady. And we'll go ahead and transfer our pictures over there, or there. And the front door, I didn't do a great job with the line of sight here, actually, it looks like. Is right there. Where the road is leading. Man,
I'll open her
Roll20's
up.
just being a real fuck tonight.
You're kind of cutting off on your mic occasionally too. I don't know if that's lag or what.
It may just be me sitting away from my microphone.
No.
So, you open up the door. You see a man sitting behind the table, or behind a desk there, and he looks up at you and says, some latecomers. What can I do for you?
Yeah, we're just looking for rooms for the night. Four rooms, or if desperate times, I guess 2 rooms.
Whatever's available.
He pulls out a book and starts flipping through the pages, looking at each one, and sort of running his finger down, and says, I don't have 2 separate rooms. I have 1 room with 4 beds. Aside from that, we're booked up.
Oh,
How
Well, that-
convenient.
I'm good with that. Y'all good with that? 1 big room?
Yes, that's fine.
We're good with that.
He says, very good. He puts his head back down in his book there and says, all right, 4 of you for 4 beds, 1 room for the night. Right, that will be 10 gold
10
Wow.
gold. Shit. Oh.
for the 4 of you.
Okay. You guys covered most of the equipment, so this one's on me. And I'll go into my pouch and start digging. How much gold is actually in there? Or how much did I lose, rather?
Shit.
You actually didn't lose any. You seem
Oh.
to kind of fly under the radar.
Yeah, small people win again.
Seems
I'll,
we are paying quite a penny. Quite a copper.
Well, supply and demand, I suppose.
Mm.
And hearing Aramil say that, I'll kind of, as I'm digging, look up to the guy at the desk again and say, there wouldn't happen to be any discounts for those working for the Captain Agrimar? Was it Agrimar?
No, Agrila. Arlaga.
It was Captain.
You're all standing there
Arlagath.
looking at each other trying to pronounce his name. He's just kind of...
Olagath. Captain
Arlagath.
Olagath.
He says, well, you didn't say you were working for the captain. In that case, no.
Ah, I see. So, people helping the town, fuck them. Got it. Now take out 10 gold.
So I guess you don't have any desire for the people who are meant to save the 4 missing fishermen.
I don't know anything about 4 missing fishermen. I know I've
Oh,
got
I see.
4 empty beds, and if you want to sleep in them, it's 10 gold.
Are there any signs up that say no pickpocketing in this?
No.
Or at the front door?
Nothing. There is a watch thy pouch sign out front.
Yeah.
I put 10 gold on the
Don't
counter.
care.
He says, look, I'm not trying to be a total jerk here, but I have a business to run, and people aren't traveling between towns the way they used to. It costs money to keep this place up and running. I need to keep fire in the fireplace, or wood in the fireplace, and I need to keep people in the beds. Either that or I freeze to death on the street.
Right, I get it. And you understand, as an adventuring group, we will try to, there's a phrase. What's it called? You miss all the shots you don't take? Yeah, we're all about that a lot.
That's fair. I must warn you, and before he takes the money, he says, Ronaldo is here tonight, and, well, he can be a bit, let's call it, annoying.
Phoebe? Oh, annoying.
No, I
Okay.
don't believe he is the thieving kind. We hire him because people like to hear him play his lute. So, be that as it may, he's in the main room, probably entertaining a few people. And you can hear just very vaguely from the room you're in now, the sound, what it sounds like somebody tuning a stringed instrument.
Okay, well, we'll judge them accordingly if we got them.
Very good. And he looks to you and says, and your name?
Oh, Wilzu. Wilzu
Wilzu.
Snapplegap.
He looks over to you, Mr. Sandy, and asks the same.
I look at him with disgust for not knowing my name. It's Sandy Ravage.
And that's your real name.
And that's going to be your fake face pretty soon.
Of course, yes. And you, Elf, your name.
First name Stick, middle initial E, last name Fingers.
That was a good one. No, I need your name for the ledger.
Aramil.
Right. And you, Miss?
Sucinda.
Right.
Is this for disease tracing?
Possibly, but more importantly, in case one of you decides to rob the place or everybody in it or kill someone, or we have someone who wakes up with a dagger through their heart made of ice, I at least know a name.
I am offended that you would think I would try and...
And as you're saying
kill-
that, he
kill
gives
somebody.
you like the...
My daggers are not made of ice.
Very well. I have your names. The main hall is that way. Your room will be the final room on the left.
Okie dokie. Appreciate it. What was your name?
Bartaban.
Thanks, Bartaban. You have a good one.
And you as well. Enjoy your stay here at the White Lady.
I will open some more doors.
So the double doors open up into a large room in front of you, and you see a few people lounging around, and there is a well-lit fireplace there. Looks like some comfy furniture around with a table off to the side. It's actually quite cozy and warm in here. It seems like being kind of separated by a set of double doors limits the amount of cold air that makes it in from the outside.
Where you walk, mind where you walk.
You see just the first person here to your right. When you walk in, he just sort of glances at you and nods. And then you see up here, standing in front of the fireplace is a short little halfling with a lute in his hand, and he begins to just sort of play and sing and entertain the people standing around. He actually sounds pretty good. He's definitely kind of a self-styled person. He definitely doesn't look like he visits any kind of tailor or anything like that. But as he is singing, he seems to be kind of recounting this tale that the White Lady's husband was a miser who kept his treasure in this heavy locked chest that never left his side, and that it was probably this heavy chest that capsized the boat and sent the man to his sunken grave. He seems to just, all of his songs seem to be about this White Lady or something about her husband.
Is there a bartender?
There doesn't seem to be any kind of bartender or anything here, no. This looks pretty much just like a straight up inn.
Sandy, I see a problem.
I don't see what I want, and that is a problem.
Yes, quite.
And
We should
then
get a refund.
Somewhere else, right?
then you see the little halfling playing his instrument and says, "Ah, new guests, please come in, have a listen."
I do like this to him, like.
He sort of frowns and says, unfortunately, I don't have anything to drink, but I have great songs and even better stories, and perhaps maybe something special here in the next couple of hours.
I start walking back to the clerk.
I start walking to the room,
Okay.
trying to ignore him.
I'll go around to him.
Okay. And he says, "Ah, great. So, I suppose you've heard the tale of the White Lady, yes?"
Indeed, I have not.
He says, "Ah, well, they say that the ghost of the White Lady haunts Loch Denishire. She roams and kidnaps and kills. And it's said that all of this happened when her husband sunk his boat. And I believe, it is my firm belief, that her treasure lies at the bottom of the lake. Perhaps waiting for some intrepid explorer to find it."
It'll take someone immune to cold, I believe, to retrieve such a bounty.
He says, "Perhaps, but I intend," and he gets in a little close, "to talk to her."
You intend to talk to her, you say. And how will you go about this?
I plan on having a seance.
Can
Are
I...
you familiar with what a seance is?
I want to insight check this man. He looks serious, but I just want to confirm.
Okay. Go for it. He is 100% serious.
I am aware of a seance and what it entails, but you believe you can pull it off.
He says, I do. I have a few people here already. They've said that they are willing to help. And I have everything actually set up in the back room. I just need to wait for the right time.
I'm going to look around. Is he motioning to the people around me right now?
Yes.
I start getting a little cautious looking at all these strangers around me and hearing that they have a secret back room for a seance. I really want to tell my party, but I don't want to make it seem weird just by dismissing myself. So I was kind of nod and go, perhaps you are quite prepared. Very good.
And
So
all
you're
these
waiting for the right
people,
time.
all these people just look like normal people. They're just like, yeah, what else is there to do?
When exactly is the right time?
Just right at midnight. The storage room in the back. I think I've perhaps annoyed Bartabin enough to where he said he would let me use it for a night to try what he said is crazy rabble that will probably get me in trouble or killed, but fuck it, do what you want. So I take that as 2 thumbs up.
I see. Well, it so happens that I am part of an adventuring group that specializes in the unknown and exploration. What say
You're perfect!
I am.
You just said it. You said you specialize in exploration and the unknown. You could help us. And you look around at everybody, and they're just kind of glancing at you, and they kind of glance over at Ronaldo, and one of them just kind of shrugs at you like, okay.
Well, sure, we could maybe spectate the event and make sure everything goes as prepared. Of course, during seances, you may contact a spectral that may not be too friendly, so good to be prepared, yes?
That's true. We do need to be careful, but everyone who's in the room, we need to participate. There's a certain way to do it from what I've read. You yourself said if you're going to do it, you have to do it right. You have to be careful.
That is correct. And you seem very serious and not shady whatsoever regarding this entire ordeal. So,
I appreciate your sarcasm. I like you, friend. And he starts to just bust into a song. The gnome walked into the tavern. Oh. He appreciated my jokes. And then just kind of just goes on and on. And then after about 30 seconds, it stops. And then he gives you one of these.
Yay!
Right. So you'll help me then.
Oh, we run a more of a democratic group, so I have to make sure everyone's on board, of course. But let me go talk with them.
All right, let's go talk with them. And he walks right up next to you.
What? You're going to come with me and leave all your guests here without song? But your lute is simply sparkling with ambition right now. And I'll press digitation to make it start shining and sparkling.
He looks at it and his eyes just go wide. You're right. Who am I to deprive these people of great entertainment? And you hear you can't tell who, but somebody in the general vicinity just goes, oh God. And he turns away and walks, and you hear him just start busting into song again.
I'll hastily head back to the rooms where my group went.
Okay. Aramil, what are you doing?
Oh, Sim's right here.
I was waiting for you, Wilzu.
I would like to say
she's got her back to a wall.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Aramil.
I say to Barnabin.
Yeah. Here, I should actually be able to.
I see myself as a perceptive man, but I do not perceive any alcohol or beer or ale available.
Yes. Unfortunately, we are unable to supply that anymore due to, as the before mentioned, hard times. We used to serve food, at least, but all of that seems to be handled by the wet trout up in the northeastern side of town.
Next here? Next door? Across the street?
It's about a 10-minute walk across the coastline.
Is there like a liquor store or something? Or next door? Or a
All the shops
Shoney's?
close at sundown. If you've spent any time in Icewind Dale, you would know that.
Yes, I know. I want a beer.
He
You
says, me
wouldn't
too.
Oh, you wouldn't happen to have any under the counter medicine, do you? For a cough?
He looks under the counter and comes back up and says, unfortunately not, my friend. But, I'll tell you what. I can send to have some food brought here for you in the morning.
Well, that's okay. That mean, yes. Well, thank you again.
Yes. Thank you for your patronage. And you walk into the room there and you hear Ronaldo just strumming away on his lute.
Guys, I got stuff to talk about.
Yes, Vilzu.
So, Sin, you were in there the whole time. I don't know how much you heard. Sandy, you didn't hear anything. You're in here. Airmo, I don't know where you went, and I'm actually surprised you're here. I thought you'd go out thieving
Bad
already.
news. There's no beer, no alcohol, no nothing. This place gets a 1-star review.
No, that's not good. Sandy, you gonna go find a place to drink?
He said
I
it's on the
figured I'll
north.
just find something in the morning.
It's on the other part of town, is what he said. He has nothing.
Huh. Well, the thing I needed to tell you guys about, and it's kind of important since we're staying here, that Ronaldo guy out there with the loot, very kind of odd. Told me about the white lady and apparently murders people out in that lake because her husband or something had a chest that sank their boat, and there's a chest at the bottom of the lake. I don't know. Sounds like BS. However, 4 fishermen are missing and possibly dead out there on that lake, so possibly related. However, the weirdest thing is that crazy son of a bitch says he's going to try a seance here in this inn tonight at midnight.
So I think the first one is just a story. You know, like he tells stories to, you know.
I shut the door also.
Okay, all right.
He tells stories to fill the lack of alcohol that's available here.
Could be.
Also, that sounds like a trap to rob people blind.
That's what I thought. So we're going to get in there and they're going to all brandish weapons and be like, haha, it was a joke. Give us your money. But I wanted to see what you guys thought.
So you want to rob them? Is that what you're saying?
No. If he's telling the truth, they're going to try some weird spiritual shit.
I'm not aware of spiritual robbing means, but to rob the robbers.
I think we should go to this storage room with them, whatever it is. And I think we should be cautious and also observe what the hell's going on. If it is a robbery, joke's on them. We're a kick-ass adventuring group, and we take them for everything they got. If it's not a robbery, then I think it's very important we be there for a potential ghosting.
So you want to ghost
Ghosting.
the ghosters.
No, I want to deal with the ghost if there's a ghost issue.
He didn't say what room, did he?
Storage room. There's only so many rooms. I'm sure we could find it.
I go out in the hallway.
Okay. You see a doorway across from you. There's another doorway across from you a little further down the hall. There's a doorway to your east there, and then another doorway there at the end, and then a doorway here at the very end of the hallway.
Airmill? Airmill?
Well, you. You go ahead, sir. I just wanted to step out for a second.
Oh, Okay, I was waiting on you. I thought you were doing something.
No, I was waiting on you.
So we have a few hours. I mean, he'll take us to the storage room. I just need to know if this is something you guys want to do.
I say we go in the storage room without him.
That is an option. Sandy?
What time is it again, darling? I keep losing track. It's so dark out.
Right now, it's probably about 9:45 p.m.
I'm doing this.
And what time does the bar close?
They closed already. We have other things to.
Aw,
We have
what?
other interests.
Now, if I go in this storage room and this little thing keeps singing and bugs me, I'm already agitated. I haven't gotten my ale. I think it's safest for them, regardless if it's a trap or not, that I stay in here. And if you guys start getting ambushed, you let me know and I'll come kicking down doors.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I think we're just right next to you, so yeah, it works. Sen?
if you want me to go to the seance, I will go to the seance. That's fine.
Would you be a plant? Would you go along with it? But then we spring the trap.
What trap are you referring to?
The
Ed?
one where they try and rob us.
If they try to rob us, then that's when we defend ourselves. We don't set the trap.
Exactly.
If they try to rob you, I will kill every single one of them in that room.
See, it's fine. We'll be fine. No trap.
I will not show any type of mercy.
I'm okay with this. Self-defense to the extreme.
Yes.
Aramil, do you want to try to
Huh? Yes.
gather some funds before midnight?
No, but there seems to be some structural instability with these door frames. So I do want to test the doors, make sure they open and close correctly.
Oh, I got you. In that case, go ahead and make sure the doors are okay for us, and we'll just hang back for a bit. And I'll go plop onto a bed, and just kind of sit at the edge of it.
Okay. And what are you doing, Aramil?
Which of these looks like a storage door? Like, which one is the shabbiest?
They all look very similar. The most well-worn one is definitely this one here. At the
didn't
it's
see
definitely
anything.
this one here. See that? Nope, not that
Nope.
one. Let me
Is
try
it
this.
the end of the hall? This one?
What about now? There we go.
That
Yeah, that one there.
cool. So I can see this person.
Yes.
What are they doing?
They seem to be looking forward at the fireplace,
Cool.
and probably Ronaldo, who you can hear playing.
Cool. I'm just gonna kind of check the specs on the rotary girders and just kind of walk over here. I'm just gonna kind of lean up against the wall. Is it like a doorknob or?
It is, yeah.
Just kind of.
It's like an iron doorknob. The door is iron banded as well, and there's kind of like a iron keyhole on it.
So just kind of lean up against the wall with the door to my side, and then just kind of casually, this is the doorknob. Just kind of see what's going on with it. Just a little light tap.
Okay, it doesn't seem to move.
The doorknob's pretty thing.
Well, the doorknob moves, but the door doesn't like push or pull at all.
See if I can open it.
Yeah, it doesn't move.
It's locked.
Does seem locked, yeah.
What's this person doing? Are they?
They just seem to be kind of sitting there, almost half asleep at this point. Just like almost passed out in the chair.
I'm gonna see if I can.
The chairs and the beds are actually quite comfy here. They're definitely much better than the beds at the North look.
I'm gonna kind of bend over to look like I'm tying a shoe.
Okay.
And just kind of see if I could get a quick kind of read on that lock. See if it would be something quick or if it'd be
I mean, it just
take
looks
a couple
it loo-
minutes.
It looks like it's a pretty standard lock. It doesn't look like anything too crazy. Yeah.
I'm not gonna need it's not a bank vault. Like I'm not gonna need hours to.
No,
You
no,
know,
you're not
all
gonna
right,
have
well-
to gather the Ocean's 12 to
Yeah.
break into this room.
Yeah. I'll check down the hallway real quick, then I'll casually get my stuff out.
Okay.
Check again.
Yeah, doesn't seem like anybody's looking at you at the moment.
All right.
Make a
1, 2,
sleight of
3.
hand check.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So you managed to work pretty quickly as you eventually hear a
Oh, and then I'll stand back up, put my stuff up, and just standing there.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anybody. You look back, and the lady on the couch is still just looking ahead, and you hear Ronaldo still playing his music about the white lady, and the gentleman in the chair has pretty much completely fell asleep.
I will kind of position myself to the side wherever the hinges are.
Okay.
So when I push
That'd be
the
the south
door,
side.
so does it push in?
It pushes
looks like?
in. Yeah.
So I'll go to the side where I can see in if I open it just a little bit.
Mhm.
I'll just kind of turn the handle casually, and
You're trying to just get a look in.
yeah, see what's going on there.
Okay. Uno momento. So if you're just cracking the door, just screw it. If you're just cracking the door, basically you see in, and from there you can see a window, a few barrels, and a crate just kind of stacked up along the walls.
Is it lit?
No, it's very dark.
It's dark in here.
Yep.
Since it's dark, I'll go ahead and just kind of quietly open it.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of creaks a little bit, but not so loud that it would overpower the
Right.
length of the hallway. On top of that, the sound of
Yeah.
Ronaldo playing. And looking in, you see really just a bunch of barrels and crates. There's a couple of chairs in there.
There's nobody in here, I assume.
Nope, it's completely empty.
Are there any other doors in here?
Nope,
Hmm.
all just windows.
I'll
There's 2 windows on the south wall, 2 windows on the north wall, and 2 windows on the west wall.
Hmm. Hmm. Are the barrels, or the crates or anything, do they have that sigil that we saw in the other place, or the golden paw?
I won't make you make a perception check for this. It takes you probably a couple minutes to go around and inspect each one. But you notice, yes, a few of them do have that sigil on them.
Cool. All right, I will peek out, open the door, peek out, make sure the coast is clear,
Yep, looks good.
and then I will close the door again. And just
I'm not gonna redraw that thing across there, so y'all just
you're
pretend it's closed.
Yeah.
Use your imaginations.
just kind of stroll back in, and all right,
Oh,
cool.
Welcome back.
Yes. Looks like all the doors are great. The doors are fine. Looks great. There's a very big room. I don't see anybody in there. I don't see any other doors leading in. There's windows. I did see the sigil from our dwarven friend trader,
The sigil.
the golden ball. There are some crates in there.
That kind of makes me a little uncomfortable. Last time we saw that, there were 2 dead bodies with icicles in the same room as that stuff.
It is true.
Um,
There's no one.
Willzu,
in
make
there.
a history check,
Can do.
and I'll even say with
Ooh.
advantage.
Good at
So
history.
yeah.
Nice.
So you know that sigil to be Torga Icevane's sigil with her traveling caravan. It's not 100% unusual for like what's the word I'm looking for? For inns, taverns, shops to kind of purchase things from her. She's kind of well known for that. Almost as though she's, it's almost like, she's buying from some things from some towns and selling them in other towns where it might not be as readily available. So it wouldn't immediately come, like, yes, that is a weird, or not necessarily weird. It is a thing to notice, but not necessarily cause for 100% alarm in your mind.
I gotcha. Well, I guess that kind of just makes me want to be in there a little bit more tonight at midnight.
There are windows.
There were windows in there too. Okay.
Almost every wall. You could watch outside. Maybe.
I'd prefer to be in there. If you want to scout from outside, though, that's fine by me.
Wait. Maybe. I don't know.
I definitely want Sen in there with me, though.
I didn't see anything really valuable, just standard inn supplies. It would have to be what he has.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that. I'm more concerned with the whole, let's attempt a ritual to contact the undead.
Oh, that guy.
What's so troubling about that?
Do you think he could do something?
I hope not, but if he's going to try it, I almost feel responsible as an adventurer to oversee it. You know what I mean?
No?
Part of the whole reason of forming this group is to become well-known and powerful and great for not just the the Northlands here, but everywhere. And the only way to form a name is to be a part of bigger things. This sounds like a goddamn bigger thing.
What do you think? Or y'all think?
I think if Zuzu wants to go to the seance, I will go to the seance too. It's fine.
I feel obligated to protect the little one.
I don't disagree.
Settled then. We will scope it out at midnight. Let me go tell the music man. Oh, he's gonna be excited about this.
Oh, he sure will.
And I'll make my way back over to Ronaldo.
Okay. And he seems to be just mid-song, just playing something about the treasure at the bottom of the loch, Dinashar. And he's just finishing that last little pluck. And he sees you and says, wait, did I get your name?
Oh, I don't think he did. Willzu Snapplegap.
Willzu Snapplegap. I'm Ronaldo, the Great.
Well met, Ronaldo the Great.
So,
I spoke with.
Yeah, you spoke. You talked to your friends. Are we good to go?
We are good to go.
You seem nervous.
Well, it's more I just need details. I was hoping our involvement could be more observation. What did you want us to do?
Well, we have 3 of our other friends here, and he kind of motions around, who said that they'd help. That makes 4, and we need, from what I've read, a total of 6 people in the circle in order to complete the seance. So,
I see.
Depending on how many friends you have, if you want them to stand around, I suppose that's fine. But they mustn't interrupt.
Right. Excellent. 2 of us will participate then, and hopefully everything goes well. That's actually why I wanted to be involved, because you see, if anything does go wrong or any danger presents itself, our group is known to be very good at handling difficulties. So any threats that may occur and whatnot, we would be good at dealing with extreme prejudice. And I'll kind of grin and nod and smile.
And he grins as well and says, "Wonderful. I feel much safer having a group of seasoned adventurers such as yourselves to, make sure everything goes all right.
Excellent. Where do we meet you later?
Well, I suppose if you feel uneasy about things, we could meet here in the great room, or if you would just like to meet us in the storage room, that works out fine as well.
Storage room is fine.
All right. Meet us there at midnight.
Okie dokie.
Maybe a little before. That way, right at midnight, we can start.
Okay, and you keep on jamming on your lute there and lighten these people's lives, and I'll make little music of just float in front of a few of the strings and then disappear.
His eyes just get really big. You really are something special. I like you, Wilzo.
Right. Wilzo is you too, Ronaldo. See you in a bit.
When
And he,
Wilzo comes up to me,
He does like a little spin on one leg and just comes back around and just starts strumming some ridiculous song.
have you ever dealt with spectral beings?
I'm afraid I have not, and I'm hoping not to tonight.
Quite, yes.
Oh, by the way, you willing to hold hands with these people and say dumb shit?
No, but I am willing to wait outside the door in case something does happen.
Okay, fair enough.
I think Sen was the one who wanted to join you.
I don't remember saying those words.
He can hear us through the door.
Sandy. Bonus mission. I'm volunteer to help participate in this. Turns out they need 6 people.
I'm gonna roll over and face the wall away from Wilson.
Right, Sandy's out. Okay, Sen, it's you and me, it looks like.
Vilzu, why are you wanting to do the seance? I don't understand. It is a child wanting to play. What if they really accidentally summon this creature?
Precisely why I want to be involved.
So we can die?
No, are you... What? Sen, what are you talking about? You possess the power of the gods themselves, and I'm a magician. We're
Yes, and I have not slept yet. I'm very tired. I have no magic in me.
Oh, that's right. We're kind of lacking in that, aren't we? Hold on.
Yes, Vilzu.
I'll look at my wrist to see my current mana and spell count. I got a little bit left in me.
I'm so very glad that you do. Not all of us do.
Okay. All right.
It's been a rough day.
I'm not going to force this on anyone, but just...
If you want to, I mean, I don't... Sure, why not? Yeah, sure. Let's just... Look. Okay, fine. Yeah.
You're in.
Sure, if that's what you want, Wilzu. Whatever.
We'll have a late checkout.
In that case, Sin, be ready to deal with the undead. Aramon, try to get some money, from somebody. You're all about that shit, aren't you? Sandy,
Well,
be ready to bash skulls if we get robbed.
My priorities are shifting as we speak.
But wait, what do you mean?
Yes, money is great, but if you're dead, then I could take your money.
This is very dark and not wrong, Aramon, but yes, I suppose that is the case.
All options, right? That's what we consider.
Just keep an eye out for any bullshit on the outside, I suppose.
I'll roll back over. Wilzu, if anything happens, me and Aramel will come in there and save you yet again from complete death.
Axes and arrows flying.
I'm so glad that everybody is willing to save me. Oh, wait, never mind.
Well, we know you can hold your own. Wilzu gets hurt very easily.
Just think of the thievery we can commit tomorrow.
Not that weak.
Wilzu, I think every encounter we've had, you've gotten knocked unconscious.
You just give me some time,
Nice.
okay? That's what this is all about, and you'll see. You'll all see.
I don't think we need to shit on Wilzu about this. This is not the time.
Not taking shots, Wilzu. I respect you for bringing us all together, but right now you need a little extra hand.
This is highly accurate. I will eventually get to my brother's level. It's gonna take some time. But either way, we have a little bit of time to kill. What do we have? Like an hour. I think we have an hour. Maybe 2 hours?
Right.
What time is it right now, DM?
It's right at about 10 p.m.
Okay, I'm gonna kill some time and go over my belongings and make sure everything's looking good and whatnot for a while. You guys, you're free to do what you want. 11:50 is go time.
You can, obviously, if you wanted to, you could take a short rest. Wilzu, if you so choose, you could take a leave. Let me look it up, make sure I'm not full of crap here. Make sure I got this right. Here we go. You could I would say that your first hour here would be considered downtime. If you wanted to spend the next 2 hours sleeping, I would say if you wanted to take a half-long rest, you could. You wouldn't get any health back, but you would get your spell slots back, equal to your caster level. So you'd get 2 spell slots of your choice back.
I'm only missing 1 spell right now, so I think I'll be all right. I'll be good.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass out then.
Okay.
Yeah, could Sandy take a short rest and get a hit die back?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So a short rest is really just 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
And you can take 2 short rests before you have to take a long rest. So if you wanted to use both, if you have 2 short rests, then you can use all your hit die if you want.
I don't need to use hit die. I just wanted to get them back.
Oh, you're wanting to get hit die back. In order for that to happen, you would have to take a long rest.
Long rest. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now's not a
short-
good time to go thieving. We need crowds, people to steer away and throw attention to.
I guess that's true.
So if you'd like, if there's nothing in particular anybody wants to do, we can just kind of fast forward a little bit. It's up to y'all.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that. Can we either take a short break in the game, or can I go and get a refill?
Nope, that's what I was gonna say. I just wanted to see what everybody, if there was anything particular anybody wanted to do before we took a quick break. Nope. Okay. All right, everybody. We are going to take just a 15 real quick to use the restroom, get a refill, kind of reset and everything like that. So hang in there with us. We're apparently about to go and do a seance in the back room of a tavern in a storage room. So, what could go wrong with a bootleg seance? Who knows? So
It's great.
stick around.
A
If you're just joining us and you're enjoying the stream so far, give us a follow and join us in some future streams as well. But we will be back here shortly. Cool.
Tate Reeves.
Yeah, what a guy. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to Cloak and Stagger. I am Moose. I am your GM for the night, your DM, whatever, people call it different things. We're back with the crew here, and if you were with us when we took our little short break there, you're already up to speed, but for anybody who's joined since, we are, long story short, we're in a new town. We made it to an inn. And the local bard there says he wants to hold a seance in the back storage room of the tavern here, of the inn, to talk to someone known as the White Lady of Loch Denishire, to see what she has to say. So, great ideas all around. So we had to wait a couple hours because it was only about 10 p.m. And he said he wanted to kind of commence everything at midnight. So a couple hours pass. Those of you who were taking a rest, you will be waking up now and gain whatever benefits that you needed to gain. Additionally, if any of you used hit die, then you can go ahead and benefit from that as well. Now that we are all up to speed, what would everybody like to do?
I guess it's showtime. Everyone
All
ready?
right, Vizu, as ready as I will be.
Has anyone ever fought a ghost?
I've never even seen a ghost, so it's a no from me, dog.
No.
Quite. Well,
All right, well, I guess let's get this started, huh? Sen, you with me, and Aramil, you scout the perimeter? Or
I'll
what
be.
we gotta do?
You know what? That's actually a better idea. I was just gonna sit at the door. But...
I trust your judgment. You do what you do.
I
And
am
if
the
you-
knight, and I just like punch down and like run out.
Like Naruto
Okay.
style?
Yeah.
He's got a mission. All right. Let's do the damn.
Okay, so you walk out the door. You no longer hear the music from the other room. And Aramil, you notice that the main room there is quite a bit more empty than it was earlier. The fireplace is still going, though, and it's still pretty warm and cozy in there. But
Just casually
Wilzus,
walking.
send both of you standing at the back room storage door, closed at the moment.
I will go and try to open her up.
Okay. It is, in fact, unlocked and opens very easily. And as you look in, you see there is a carpet laid out with a few candles lit around it. And a few of the people who were sitting in the main room in there are now just kind of seated around the carpet there. The other thing you notice is that there is kind of smoke from burning incense that sort of clouds the room, and there are kind of multicolored lamps and silks that are hung from the rafters now in here. And the light from several candles illuminates a circle of realistically uncomfortable looking guests sitting cross-legged on the floor.
Well, I suppose this is it, huh?
This is it. I'm so glad you made it, Wilzo.
Right. This is my companion, Sucinda. She'll be assisting us tonight.
Sucinda. Yes, Sucinda. My name's Ronaldo. You may have heard
Hi.
my music out there.
Oh, yes. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And let me say, I appreciate this because, you know, when you really think about it, we really are, we live in dark times right now. And perhaps just maybe, the spirit of the White Lady can help. Aren't you curious what she might have to say?
Not particularly, but I do have one thing that I need
And he
to
kind of
say.
frowns a little bit.
Ronaldo?
Huh?
My friend's name is not Wilzo. Wilzo, excuse me. His name is not Wilzo. His name is Wilzu. Okay?
Will Zoo. Ah!
Yes.
And he looks over to you, Will Zoo. I am so terribly sorry, my friend.
Yeah, it's good. We're good. And I kind of walk around behind him. I'm kind of just scoping things out right now as I walk past him.
Okay. Yeah, you see kind of the multicolored lamps and kind of the silks hanging from the rafters above, and the kind of the fog from the incense and everything sort of clouds the room, and then there's a very pungent smell of that kind of that aromatic incense filling the room.
Okay. Ronaldo. So, I guess let's try to get this started, right? Where do you want me at?
Wherever you would like, but just looking around, he says, I suppose you can, excuse me, just have a seat here, right next to me. He moves over some. You move next to him. I'll go ahead and move.
All right.
All right. Well, honestly, I never thought I'd actually have enough people to try this. But I've read a lot about it, I promise. And I think we can do it. So the story, the long and short of it is, there was a man who was a miser. Does everybody know what a miser is?
No, tell me.
Okay, he basically a person who hoards wealth. He just can't get enough. No matter how much he has, he needs more, and he will never give it up. So, this man, supposedly, he always carried a chest with him. It never left his side, with all of his fortunes in it. And it essentially was the cause of his death. He supposedly drowned in Loch Denishire, and perhaps his chest is what caused his boat to capsize, but some say that it was the sight of his dead wife that caused him to basically sink his own ship. No one really knows. So my goal is to maybe reach out to the White Lady and find answers and perhaps treasure. Who doesn't like treasure?
I kind of just look back and forth at the other guests sitting at the seance.
They're just kind of looking around. They're equally like looking around at everybody else. Are you looking for something specific or just kind of gauging their demeanor?
Gauging their demeanor.
Make an insight check. Most of them, just the looks on their face, I'd say this doesn't require a very large, a very large roll. Most of them look either kind of bored, and that they're just kind of doing this as something to do to get through the night. A couple of the other ones look more just kind of intrigued, almost.
Treasure, right. I say we get this started, Ronaldo.
Right. And he licks both of his hands and kind of slicks back his hair a little bit.
How old is Ronaldo?
It's hard to say. Halflings, they're very short. They, unless they're very old, generally look at least fairly young. But
Okay.
without asking him specifically, it'd be kind of hard to guess.
Oh, okay.
But not super old. No, not super old. He says, right. We don't want to let the time get by us. All right. So, he has a book that he pulls out of his pouch and opens it up, and he begins thumbing through it and sort of reading different things, and he says, right, okay, I do this. Okay, here it is. All right. He sets the book down, and he takes his sleeves and sort of rolls them up and cracks his knuckles. Says, all right. He raises his hands and closes his eyes and speaks softly. Lady, who watches from the lake, come to us in our darkest hour. Tell us what you have seen. And a few moments pass. He opens his eyes, looks back and forth, and lowers his hands. He looks over at you, Wilzu. Does anybody feel anything?
No.
Right. Okay. Hold on. And he picks his book up again and starts thumbing through the pages. Right. Maybe this was it. All right. I need you all to hold each other's hands.
Sir, is this the middle of a pandemic? Should I really be touching them?
I don't think that holding hands will have any effect on the rhyme, no. I think it'll still be cold and awful, but perhaps maybe the lady could, impart her wisdom. People say that she's the one out here murdering people on the lake, but I don't believe it. I don't think that she's dangerous, but I would like to ask, so if you would just, please, we're all here, indulge me, please.
I'll reach my hands out both ways.
Or I could sing another song.
Okay.
No, here.
Everybody very
Let me
quickly
have our hands out to you.
like
What do you
sticks their hands out and clasps hands, and he says, "Right, all right, we'll try this again."
I just think to myself, if there ever was a bad idea, this would probably be it. But it is what it is.
He kind of stretches again, cracks his neck, and raises his hands up. And this time the smile fades from his face. He seems to be very focused. He says, "Lady who watches from the lake, come to us in our darkest hour. Tell us what you've seen." A few moments go by. A few more moments. And after a few more, a thick frost forms on the inside of the room's windows, turning them completely opaque. You cannot even see through them. The candles go out one by one. And a thick mist overtakes the room and sort of fogs it up.
The heart
you
attack killer, I see.
And you see him standing there with his hands still above his head. And he says, I sense her. If this is happening. This is... Ronaldo, snap out of it. She's close. I'm channeling her. Wilzu, reach out to her. Reach out to the lady.
Yeah, yeah, Vilzu.
Lady of the Lake, are you here with us?
And after a few moments, you hear the sound of scraping. And when you look at the source of the sound, you look at one of the windows, and almost as if somebody is writing with their finger on a foggy car window, you see the words, "I am," written out on the window.
You said I am? You cut out.
Yeah, "I am."
Do I see the frost on the windows?
You do. You can't see. Yeah, you see the frost, but it's on the inside.
I start running back inside.
Lady of the Lake, are you peaceful?
You see an underline underneath the "I am."
Oh, that's pleasant. Look at that. Lady of the Lake, tell us your story. What happened to you?
A moment goes by, and suddenly, the window to the southwest of you, one of the panes just shatters.
Once it shatters, I let go of Ronaldo's hand specifically, and kind of go to my belt where my casting focus is, and look towards the window. That's not very peaceful, Lady of the Lake.
Ronaldo, who still... So you didn't have Ronaldo's hand, you had the lady's hand next to you. Ronaldo kind of has his hands up. As a matter of fact, this is what he currently looks like right now.
Would Sandy have heard the glass shatter from the other room?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh.
I run into the room breathing heavy.
You did not.
Okay.
Ronaldo says, Sucinda, reach out to her.
Lady who I cannot see. Are you the one murdering the people on the lake? Tell me. Be honest now. Do not lie.
You hear more scraping, this time on the southeast window. And it begins to spell out guarded hag.
Guarded what?
Hag.
again.
Guarded hag?
Let me fix my...
You make no sense to me, woman. There is more stuff you can write on. Guarded hag. That makes no sense. Oh, it's guarded by a hag? Is that what you mean?
You see, right under it, yes, appear.
San, ask if it killed those fishermen.
Did the hag kill the fisherman or did you? Underline hag if it was the hag.
Nothing happens.
Oh, so you killed them. Why did you kill the fisherman?
You see Ronaldo start to shake.
Ronaldo, it's not that cold. It's fine.
His hands go to his side, and his head just stares straight up at the ceiling. And you hear him say, "You mustn't ask difficult questions. Simple questions." And he seems almost as though he's in pain.
Okay, I make this simple. No worries. White woman. Kill 4 men? Question mark.
And what I would like So Wilzu and Sen. I would like you both to make a charisma or persuasion check for me. Whichever's better. I mean, it's kind of the same if you have proficiency in persuasion.
Charisma or persuasion?
Yeah, just make a persuasion check. It's the same.
Oof.
Okay.
Not me.
So your group check did succeed. The question again was?
You
Is
kill
that
men?
You see the word no written.
What about treasure
in
at the
one of
bottom of its
windows.
lake, Sid?
Treasure at lake?
You hear another window shatter.
That's a yes or no. That was easy. You could have crossed out the no. Easy peasy.
She didn't like that. She did not like that.
And you hear Ronaldo say, I'm losing the connection.
Are you somehow responsible for killing people with icicles in multiple towns?
Are you the heartbreak killer?
And again, in one more window pane, you see the word no.
Do you know who is?
And then, all at once, the rest of the windows shatter inward, and the candles light back up, and the fog dissipates from the room, and Ronaldo falls kind of to his knees. Oh my gosh. That was real. That happened.
It sure did, buddy. You okay?
I will be fine. As far as my employment here, I don't think that's going to last much longer. As he's looking around at all the broken windows.
No, you just
Yeah.
said nothing happened. It's fine. Oh no, what happened? What happened to all these windows? See, it's fine. Don't tell them, Ronaldo. No worries.
Where the hell is Aramil? He was supposed to be out looking at that.
Sandy, look alive. Something's going on in there. Get your axe ready.
Would we have heard all of the windows breaking?
You would have heard that, yes.
Okay.
There's ice on the windows.
After hearing the windows break, I would have ran at the door.
Okay. The door
Come in
is
with the arrow
yeah,
drawn.
the door is unlocked.
Okay. Yeah, I bust in with my maul out as well.
Yeah, arrow drawn.
Ronaldo looks up at both of you and says, wait, no, I can pay, I'm sorry.
Oh. Hey guys, you're a little late, but all good. All good here.
I saw the ice on the windows. It took a second.
We actually communed with the lady of the lake. The white lady.
Wait, you actually made it happen?
It worked?
It did.
Yes. We are master of seances, you could say.
We got something useful out of it, too.
The three other people that were in there just bolt out as soon as you run in.
Huh.
Wow.
Okay. I'll dust myself off a little bit while standing up.
What? Tell us everything.
Well, we contacted her. She's not responsible for the killings in other towns. Turns out that, there's something about a guarded hag out on the lake that may be related to our missing fisherman problem. So, anyone familiar with hags, I guess prepare as such.
Well, is she the ice dagger killer?
No.
She got pissed off at certain questions, too. Asked about treasure, and that's when one of the windows went out.
Right. That's probably, yeah. Dead husband? Yeah.
Understandable, yeah. Damn, I didn't know any good questions to ask. And Ronaldo, you're the one with all the lore here, and you were the voice, so that kind of didn't work out well.
I assumed I would be able to speak, but It seemed as though as I was the conduit, I could barely move.
Right. Well, you
That
got your
wasn't in the
wish.
books. That wasn't in any of the books.
Let me see that book of yours.
That's not here. Oh, this one. And he shows you, and it's just really shitty scribbled down notes that it's looked like he copied from some other book that he read.
Quite.
Well,
Throw it.
Like toss it back.
Okay, yeah, he catches it. He kind of catches it, but then fumbles it. It's almost like his whole body, like, you know, when your arm falls asleep, it's like his whole body is almost recovering from that, just about. But yeah, during that, Wilsey, you noticed his eyes just turned, like his pupils, everything disappeared. His eyes just went pure white.
What happened to the windows that I never... What happened to the windows?
well,
They shattered.
yeah.
I believe if you asked a question she didn't like, or maybe if she didn't know, she got angry.
What kind of rug is this?
It's just kind of a crappy, right? Like it's not as nice as it looks on the map.
Oh.
But one that was just rolled out to kind of set the candles on. Oh, Bardaben's gonna kill me about these windows.
I told you what to tell him. You know nothing.
There goes
Oh,
my...
no, sir. It got so cold. I guess that the pressure somehow made them explode. What a terrible coincidence. Do you want me to clean up? No problem. I clean.
I'm not gonna pretend here. I'm not a great liar. He'll know exactly what happened. Do you think he'll believe that it was a coincidence that on the night that I asked to use his storeroom for a seance, that
that's
every window
right.
breaks in it?
You should have not asked and just used for seance. That was your mistake.
Well, he has the key.
You
well,
don't
I
always
have
need the
the
key
key
to open
now.
the door.
Well, maybe you don't.
I do this to Sin, like...
Well, regardless, I appreciate your help, Wilzu, with and you, Sucinda, for helping me with this. This goes a long way. I could write. Oh my gosh, I have so many songs to write.
I bet you do, Ronaldo. But we're gonna leave you to it. We're gonna
He
get
says-
rest for.
Yes. Yes. You all have a great night, and please come back and see me again. And he kind of like darts down the hall, really quickly. And then you hear from down the hall, like echoing, you hear, "Ronaldo, where are you going? Ronaldo!" And then the door slamming.
I want to go through the stuff.
Okay. Just like through the crates and barrels and things like that.
Yep.
Okay, so a lot of it, as you go through it, is looks like various cleaning supplies. There is some wood stashed in, like firewood stashed in some of the crates. There are various linens and sheets and stuff like that that are put in there. No food or anything like that.
Lame.
It truly looks like an actual storeroom for an inn that does nothing but, you know, house guests.
Well, that was an event.
That
didn't
was
really-
something.
But look at that! I told you guys. Look, and it all worked out.
And we now know there is an evil hag somewhere.
Exactly. So now I can be more prepared. High five, Wilzu.
Yes, that is interesting.
At any rate, we should go ahead and get some rest. In the morning, I guess we'll check our stock and make sure we're prepared for another adventure out on the tundra, except this time floating in a boat.
Yes, sounds good.
Is this door locked?
Yeah, you can close it. And it does lock, yes.
Does it swing in or out?
It swings in.
Maybe we should move a bed against the door.
Probably not the worst idea.
What? Why?
Well, you know, I got into the other room. I'm sure somebody could get through this lock. And I kind of like look it over. Is it just like a shitty lock?
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, this would take just a couple seconds.
If you want to, sure.
Don't want somebody coming in and taking our stuff in the night.
But that's illegal. I specifically asked about that.
Just because it's illegal doesn't mean someone doesn't do it.
Well, that's
Right,
true,
yeah.
but
Who would ever steal things in a store? I mean, in personal areas.
I mean, yeah, go ahead and do it up. It's good.
I like move this bed against the door.
You want to move the bed against the door?
Yep.
Okay. You do.
Yep. Perfect.
It makes this loud, like, as you scoot it across the floor. You hear a banging on the wall from the next room. Shut the fuck up!
They must be getting at it. Let's get back to sleep.
All right, so are we going to bed for the evening?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say, for the sake of brevity, that you would all gain the benefits, since we didn't get into any kind of combat or anything like that. If you're sleeping through the night, you all gain the benefits of a full rest. You get all your hit die back, you get all your health back, you get all your spell slots back.
Can I lose my last level of exhaustion?
And you lose your last level of exhaustion.
Praise freaking be.
How about that? Look at
How
y'all.
about that?
Yeah.
Look
You
at
said
y'all. Y'all are
we
doing
all
great.
Hit dice back.
Mm-hmm.
Do some
Indeed you
reading
do.
after 4 hours.
Okay. And since there's really no threat of anything in here, you all can do whatever you'd like. You need to sleep for at least 3 hours and do light activity for at least 3 hours, or you could sleep for all 6.
I would like to sleep for those 3 hours, and I want to spend the other 3 kind of going over my notes and trying to see if I know any history on the hags, maybe their weaknesses or habits or anything related to hags that I might know.
Make a history check with, I'll say with disadvantage. 14. Okay. I'll get back with you on that. On what you know. I need to kind of read through everything, and I'll let you know what you know.
Okay.
Jonathan, DM.
Yes.
My hit die will not come back.
Your hit die will not come back.
Click-
Let me take a look.
Click
here.
on short rest and click your 2 hit die slots, and then click take short rest.
I did it for. I got you there.
I did it too. I think I probably messed it up. Will you redo it? Because now it shows that I have neither of them. Or do I need to click them and then do...
You should just refresh your page now.
Okay. I'm just breaking it. Such
I'm
a
going over
client I am.
I'm going over pickpocket methods while everybody else is asleep.
Okay.
Studying up on what I've learned and was taught.
Sandy is sawing logs for a full 6 hours.
So
just completely out.
Just out snoring.
Okay. So
Same.
I will say the full 6 hours goes by. You're all able to sleep or do whatever it is you're wanting to do. But yeah, full rest. And after 6 hours, you find it being about 6 a.m. and you all begin to wake up kind of naturally.
After reading for about 2 hours, I'll just go, huh, and just shove the bed back.
Okay, I'll move the bed back here. So you kind of slide the bed back up against the wall. No banging on the wall this time, though.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Sandy jumps up, ready to just fight. Are we good? Is there someone breaking in?
No, but we should have a delivery.
I think it was just the bed.
No, we should have a delivery.
Wait, a delivery? What?
Yeah, it's a surprise. I'll go back to the
Ooh,
front.
surprise.
Okay, let me let you out here.
Talk to our guy out front when I can.
There you go. So Wilzu, you're able to kind of rack your brain about hags, and you know, without knowing, you know that there are multiple types of hags. So without knowing exactly what type of hag this is, it's hard to say what its specific threats would be. You know that there are a few traits that they share amongst all of them. One being that they are able to have sort of an illusory appearance. So they can take not necessarily take the form, they can basically cause themselves to essentially be an illusion of something or someone else, because their true forms are typically pretty hideous. And you know that they can be, depending again on what type of hag you fight. Now, regardless of what hag you fight, they are dangerous, but some are more dangerous than others. They have long, sharp claws. Some of them actually form covens. Some of them kind of live on their own as hermits. But either way, they are nothing. They're certainly not to be taken lightly.
Gotcha.
All right, Aramil, you find yourself at the receptionist desk there. You see Bardaben sitting there, and he looks up and smiles at you, and he pulls out a small crate and hands it to you and says, "As I promised, your breakfast here for the morning. No
How
extra
much?
charge."
No extra charge, you say? I ask him the same question that I asked the guard captain. Is there good trade here? Is there 2 eggs at a hen house in the cabbage patch?
What the fuck?
He says, the cabbage patch has been dry for some time now, but perhaps when warmer weather passes through, we will see more farmers come through town.
Ah, thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll take our crate back.
And as you're leaving, he says, "Thank you for scaring that awful Ronaldo away."
Oh, you can thank the lady. And I just walk away.
And you hear him say, "The lady."
I'm carefully guarding our McDonald's hash browns.
your big breakfast.
Yeah, the big breakfast. Double hash
One big breakfast, please.
like-
we should order IHOP tomorrow.
Oh,
I knock on the door, say room service, and I come in.
And so you all see Aramil walk in with just this medium-sized crate, and you sort of smell the aroma of kind of freshly baked breads, kind of wafting out from the crate.
Yeah.
Aramil, this could not be. Is it the big breakfast I hear so much about?
Yes, double hash browns, breakfast all around.
Aramil, thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome.
When you open the crate, it's not a McDonald's big breakfast, but there is some freshly baked bread in there that does smell quite good. A few jars of looks like fresh water, along with a few pieces of kind of sliced ham in there. It definitely this looks like something that would actually cost probably quite a bit of money in this town compared to what it would had there not been a never-ending winter happening. Not a lot of livestock.
How'd you get your hands on this, man?
You see the handles? You know, you just pick it up from the side.
Oh, I get it. Well, whatever. It looks good to me. I'll just go ahead and grab some and start eating.
I grab some, make a sandwich, and
I really just kind of harass the guy that runs the place, sort of. Not really.
perfect.
But you know, it's fine.
Good for me.
Aramil, make an insight check for me with advantage.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so it seems like you kind of got, it seems like he was more easily cooperative. I mean, obviously you realize he understood what you said, so it's almost like you kind of had an unspoken kind of bond with this individual.
You know, sometimes we just get favors, you know, presents, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, that sounds weird, but yeah, sure. Lass's reputation expands.
So what would everybody like to do? It's after you finish eating and everything, it's about 6:30 in the morning, so dawn is approaching. You know that any kind of acceptable daylight runs generally from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And again, even then, it's still considered pretty dim.
All right. After I finish eating, team, supply check. We're about to be on the open waters for who knows how long. Hopefully not long, but those guys have been missing for 10 days, so who knows? What do we got? We got everything we need?
No, we need a compass.
Oh yeah, that's right. They may sell those here.
Maybe traps.
Okay, compass, yes. Trap.
Cheap.
I don't know about
cheap
traps. We're going to be on water. What are we going to trap?
What if we go by?
I just like traps.
And they have traps there as well. We may as well go ahead and get them.
I guess. I gotta save as much money as I can. If I want to get any more spells, they're kind of expensive. Cost about 50 gold per, roughly. So
Maybe
I can help out a bit.
Maybe fishing equipment or nets or.
We took care of that already. And I point over to Sandy and Sin. Both of them are ready to go.
What do you mean? They're fishing nets?
No,
You know, like a net, like you.
Sin and I bought fishing poles and tackle to go fishing with. Sandy's holding on to mine because he's also going to be my fisherman because he's awesome. And Sin's going to do it too.
You know, I traveled on a boat for a little while, and they had nets to catch fish, not
So-
just a fishing pole.
Wilzu, you know that trying to catch knucklehead trout with a net, even more so, more than one at a time, is almost certain death by being dragged into the water.
Aramil, it's simply suicide to try to use a net because they're so strong they'll pull you in with ease.
Well, I wouldn't think the dead bodies would fight back.
Aramil, goddammit, we have it covered. We've got our fishermen. Unless you want to fish too.
I've never fished for dead bodies. No, I don't want to start either.
It's no. It's one of those things where we're gonna be in the boat and we're gonna be traveling along and we'll have a little downtime getting to our place. So maybe throw a couple lines in, see if we get a little bitty bite. You know what I mean?
This is not exactly like a vacation cruise.
Every adventure is a vacation.
I do think no matter what, we need to go somewhere and get a compass.
Yes.
Sounds
Compass.
right.
We need to go shopping. Shopping. Compass.
You never know. As a lady I ran into once said, you never know what you need until it tells you you need it.
Does anybody have any oils left as well?
Yes.
I do for my lantern, but if we need it for other things, I'm willing to part.
I have
Just
a
making sure we
flask
have
of
something.
oil.
Mm.
Perfect. That sounds like plenty then. What else? I can't really think of anything else we need right now, so I guess let's just go get a compass.
The compass is number one.
And I actually don't know where to get that, so I suppose could you ask your friend since he's good, likes giving presents?
You mean the innkeeper? I'm sure it was just part of. I actually try and like deflect a little bit. I'm sure it was just part of the price that you paid for the room. You know, some sort of one meal to go with it.
Oh, huh. Well, whatever.
But we can ask. He does live here, and we are not from here.
Well, let's get to it then. Daylight's a burning, and we gotta save people and fish.
You know. Is there like a trash can or something for this?
No,
place?
this place sucks.
1 star. No beer. No trash cans.
I'll make a glance to the guests to my left as I'm walking out. Were they the people at the seance?
You notice 2 of them were.
I'll just look over, and if I recognize them slightly, I'll just go, "Ha! Crazy shit last night, huh?" And just keep going.
I can't leave the room.
They just kind of go over and look at you. I was waiting for you to move. There
I'm
you
trying. It won't let me.
go. Oh my God, you went back in. Stop. There you go. I took her out and she put herself back in.
Bartabin!
Yes. Yes. He looks at his book. Yes, room 3. Wilzu.
Yeah, we appreciate the breakfast. That was awesome of you.
I put the crate back.
Yes. Well, it's not, never mind.
We appreciate the comforts of the inn provided by the fee that you pay to stay here.
Yes, was everything to your liking?
Yeah, it was. We were just about to head out, but we were hoping we could ask for a little information from you first.
Information? What kind?
Well, this being a more fishing town, we would assume maybe we could purchase a compass from somewhere around here?
A compass. Yes, I suppose they, should have one at the, Eastwatch General Store, or I could, sell you mine.
Oh. Well, that'd be convenient. How much do you want for it?
I don't really use it anymore. I suppose, he kind of looks over to you, Aramil, and then back to the rest of the group. I suppose, 2 gold?
2 gold? I kind of look at Aramil's face for a moment because I have no idea if that's a good price or not. So I just kind of look at him.
That's trying to think back on my travels. I mean, does that sound like a good
So
price?
it's definitely more than you probably would have paid if you were in like Waterdeep or something like that.
Oh, sure.
But again,
Yeah.
you know, you're not really in Waterdeep.
Right. I think that's a fair price. You know what? I'll take care of it, and then I'll slide 3, but it looks like 2 on the.
You see him as he goes to grab it. He takes the 2 off the top with his middle finger, and then you see his pinky kind of slide under and grab the 3rd one, and he slides it in his pocket. Most appreciated, gentlemen and lady.
Yes, no problem. Thank you.
So, you're
right.
out on an adventure then, yes?
Yeah, we gotta head out to the lake. Apparently some fishermen have been missing for days, and well, hopefully we can figure out what's up.
Ah, yes, well, know if you catch any knucklehead trout out there while you're at it, you either have food for days or at least a decent day's pay if you bring it back and sell it.
That is the idea.
Fantastic. But, and he kind of looks down at you. They are, quite strong.
And I just look up and motion to Sandy and say nothing.
I just kind of stand there and flex a little bit.
My. Well, just know that strength isn't everything when you're fishing for knucklehead trout. You must maintain your balance as well. And you, not to be rude, seem very top-heavy.
Are you calling me fat?
No, not mid-heavy, top-heavy. You're very broad, your shoulders. Make sure that your feet are placed correctly when trying to reel one in. Or perhaps you may... Instead of them being the food, perhaps you may be the food.
I'll have you know, I have wrestled the smallest of dwarves and had no problem being able to manhandle them with pure balance and athleticism that is unknown of in this world.
I'm mean no offense. I'm just trying to make sure that my good paying customers do not end up at the bottom of Loch Denishire.
Sandy, I'm sure we'll find a challenger here. We should look for a blacksmith.
Are you trying to use me for another discount?
No, more for entertainment.
I could do that.
I'll say
Well,
it-
at any
I'll
rate-
say a clever quote that thieves can't to say, just be careful to the innkeeper.
And he says, and may the winds be at your back.
Yes.
All right, let's roll out.
Okay.
Oh, and where is that general store? Just to see if there's anything else there that catches our eye.
Assuming that you need just the most basic of items, it is more towards the center of town, just southeast of Town Hall.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I'll kind of rub my arms when I get out in the cold again.
Yep.
Never getting used to this.
Yep. So the stepping outside, it is still, it's not as cold as it was the previous night, but still the wind just sort of bites at your cheeks as it continues to howl through the alleyways and out into the street.
Okay, we got our compass. We can still go to that general store if you guys think we need anything, or we can head straight to the docks. What do you think?
Everybody just looks at you.
Well, I don't... I mean, we got our compass. You're right. We are pretty equipped.
As long
Well-
as when we get back we can go shopping, I'm fine. We can go
Right.
now. I don't care.
Maybe we should just walk by it to make a mental note of, there it is.
Sure, we could do that real quick. We'll have to come back to the dock. It's right next to where we're staying right now. I think.
Yeah,
Wait, no.
You can
There's
you can
docks
see the
everywhere.
you can see the dock that they pointed out from where you're currently standing.
Yeah, it's that one right there. But if you want to swing by the store, we can. You said you wanted to.
Just to make a mental note of where it is.
Okay.
Sometimes I just like to look at stores.
Sure. All right, let's go to that store real quick.
Okay, so going back towards Town Hall, it takes you about 5 minutes to get there, and then you see a store right across the way, right there. I just circled it in blue. That has a sign that says the Eastwatch General Store.
There it is.
Does it look like a... Has it got any marks on it or anything?
No marks on it now.
All right, that's great. We should also avoid people. Are there a lot of people out?
Not a lot. You probably, see 6 or 7 as you went from the White Lady Inn to there, all just kind of walking different directions, all huddled up in very thick coats and scarves. Very hard to identify anybody or anything.
Don't see any good thieving. I mean, it's not a lot of people out.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Yeah,
Let's get out of here.
although pickpocketing is legal here, it doesn't seem like it's like the purge and people are just running around
Sure, yeah.
like
Yeah.
grabbing, money out of people's purses and stuff.
Oh,
It almost seems like more of a challenge or a game than any kind of means
Sure.
to survive
Yeah.
on, with probably the occasional, outlier that does do it very well.
right. Yeah, just to be clear, I don't think it's like we can just rob whoever we want to.
We're not in
I don't think
San
that's
Andreas here.
Yeah, that's not what I was. That's not what I'm going for. Casual bump in the.
Well, then I guess to the docks. Let's go do this damn thing.
Yes. Do you know how to row?
That can't be that hard, right? I think. Right?
Where do we need to get the boats from?
Oh, they're already on the dock waiting on us.
Yes, he said there would be 2 there already.
Sorry, I was looking for that guy that we never looked for.
So-
The guy that-
7 a.m. rolls around, and you see the last of the aurora dissipate from the sky, and now just a very overcast, clouded sky looms above you, and everything has a tinge of gray about it. Gray and white is just pretty much all you see.
Remember last night when we saw the Human Torch? We saw that guy cutting across the crowd. I pointed him out? No? Was that just me? Did I have a fever dream? Pretty
Wait, I'm
sure I
confused.
remember this.
Was that guy that cut across the crowd? That wasn't the captain, was it, DM?
Yes.
That was the captain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, then I was having a fever dream, so let's get out of here.
All right, yeah, to the docks.
To the docks.
Okay. So you make your way to the docks. Like I said, it's about 7 a.m. You go down to the inn, and you can see this large keel boat that you now know was the previous ferry that went between Easthaven and the 2 castles on the western. Here, I'll pull up the world map here. So it was the. So here you guys are in Easthaven. This whole giant lake, I mean, it's almost like the Great Lakes here. This one lake is, almost 8.5 miles long. But you see the keel boat, that's the ferry that is currently shut down due to it being frozen in place, that used to go from Easthaven to Caer Dineval and from Easthaven to Caer Konig. For various supplies and everything like that. But sitting there at the dock, you see 2 rowboats tied, even though they're just kind of sitting on top of the ice, they're still tied to the dock so that the wind doesn't blow them away. And as you approach them, you see that they're not secured or anything. You would assume they're the ones that the captain left for you.
All right. I guess we 2 to a boat, right? Sandy, you want to team up?
Yes, I can row you, I guess.
That's not what I meant. I just want to be near you when you catch the trout.
Did you bring bait?
So he should have everything in his pack, and Sin has stuff in her pack too for it.
Okay.
I guess we
now-
are as ready as we will be.
Right.
I'll go and hop in the boat.
Alrighty. So as you hop in the boat, are you basically just, because these boats are going to have to be dragged along the ice until you make it to the water?
when I hop into the boat and it doesn't shift or move whatsoever. oh yeah. This whole bitch is frozen. That's right. And I'll just climb out the other side and then walk to the front of it.
Okay. So you grab. Are we all kind of collectively 2 and 2 pulling a boat here?
Right.
Okay.
Well,
Yep.
me and Wilzu, so 1.5.
Yep.
1.5.
Right.
Okay.
Myself and Adam will have the
Yep.
second.
Okay.
Mm.
So, you grab your boats, the oars laying inside, and you begin to head northeast, further out onto the lake, hoping to soon find the unfrozen portion where you can hop in your boat and begin your search for these 4 missing fishermen, for the captain.
Just imagine kind of like Titanic. Hello! Is anybody out there?
Right. I mean, it's not far off because even the water that you've seen thus far, has big ice flows, chunks of ice floating in the water. Certainly, being in any kind of aquatic vehicle is certainly not as safe as it would be down south. But that is where we're going to end our session tonight. How we doing, everybody?
Ready to be on that water. I'm excited to see what we're gonna find out there and potentially catch money.
It's a pretty
Catch money.
that was a pretty RP heavy session tonight too.
It was.
Ready to
Talk
do
to the
all of
dead.
Wilzu's bidding.
Sandy he's gung ho. He's gung ho about everything. I'm giving him a challenge. I'm giving him the opportunity to get the biggest, baddest fucking fish out there.
Well, you don't even necessarily have to wait till you get out there. You could dig a hole through the ice and do some ice fishing if you wanted to.
Mm.
Actually, here I got a picture for you. What about this? What y'all think about that?
Oh shit! Look at that. I never considered that.
Oh, we need a saw.
We have a way to cut the ice. I could burn it maybe, but I feel like that's extra dangerous.
Just
Sandy could just keep hitting it with his maul.
Yeah.
I don't know if there'd be any fish left by the time you bashed your way through the ice. But who knows? I don't know. I'm no fisherman. Y'all can be the fishermen. So, that's it, everybody, for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. Again, I want to give special thanks to everybody who joined us and donated to St. Jude. I pulled it up and we did raise over $300 for St. Jude. So for our very first Cloak and Stagger fundraiser, I feel very good about that. So thank you, everybody. There's really no better cause than St. Jude. So and it's hometown. It's special to us.
Yes.
In more ways than one. So we're gonna wrap it up tonight. We're gonna pick right up here where we left off next Saturday, unless anybody else has something going on. Is anybody missing next week? Because I know somebody said they were gonna be out one weekend coming up, but we'll figure that out later. Either way.
No, but fun fact for everybody on the stream. No, never mind. I won't give a fun fact. Never mind.
Wow.
Wow, what a tease!
What a tease.
Taking it back.
I was just going to say it's a personal, but next week plus one day will be 7 years that Moose and I have been together.
Oh.
Oh, look at
Look
that.
at us. We're closing in on a decade. Oh,
Yep.
Shout out.
well, shucks.
Yep.
So, well, we're looking forward to that. So, well, again, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We will be back on Monday for our Shadow of the Demon Lord campaign, which has taken all kinds of weird turns and will probably conclude on Monday when we fight, ironically, a hag, and we're already struggling to survive as it is. We just found a bunch of kids strapped to chairs looking up at the ceiling with a bunch of weird fog coming out of their mouth. So, just another day at Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm trying to murder y'all.
So join us for that. It's gonna be a good time. It's a chance for me and Wilzu to switch seats as he tries to murder us for a change. So thank you everybody again. I'm gonna stop my rambling. Everybody have a good night. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. All that good stuff. And we'll see you on Monday. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.